What up, crypto lovers and enthusiasts? Today we're going to look lightly at Bitcoin, just real quick to see what it's up to. We're going to focus more on an ETF, some ETF news. It could probably be here. It could probably be approved. Many of them could be approved a lot faster than some of us, including myself, think. People are holding their Bitcoin a little more. We're going to look at that information. And I'm gonna give you 3 security / insurance crypto plays, low cap gems. I own all 3, and we're gonna look at the charts on those and what I bought today. I bought Rio because I still haven't filled my bag on Rio. Rio is Relio Network. We're gonna look at that, and like I mentioned, we're gonna quickly look at BTC because we gotta know what's going on with BTC. And so, without further ado, let's do this. Cool. All right, so let's look at BTC. This is today. We're looking at it at the day. Interesting, right? Yesterday I mentioned that this looks like a pretty nice uptrend and breaking with the previous norms of when we go up, we bring it all, we give it all back, right? Because this has only been halfway, and this one is not even approaching halfway. Halfway would probably be around here on this local move up, right? Probably be around here, around 27,000, and we haven't even come close. We've wicked a couple times closer, but not even touched. So that's something of interest. That shows some strength, especially with the rest of the markets looking pretty red. All right, I'm not going to go over all this too much because that's not the scope of the video, but suffice to. But it's good to know, right? Suffice to say that we should know what's going on with the rest of the markets. Let's look at the 10-year. 10-year, it's coming back down a little bit. Pretty interesting. Let's look at BTC dominance, 50%, looking pretty strong. Looking like it wants to come back up, right? Maybe it does, kind of like a double top. It comes back up here. I don't know if we get too much out of the 50s, to be honest with you. I do have maybe that it could get up as high as maybe 60, but I still have a tough time believing that. But we'll see. Anything is possible. Total 3, not including Bitcoin and Ethereum. Good to know. Let's back this up a little bit like this. This is the end of the year. We're clearly in this bigger channel, right? But the lower half, the lowest half of this channel. And so this is the cycle low. But since then we've maintained relatively strong. We've come back close. Here we came a lot closer. You know, this is a higher high to that point, right? So it's something to consider as well. The alts are always going to do worse than Bitcoin, or move more volatilely, as I should say. Something to think about. Markets are looking bad. Veracity, for those of you waiting to maybe come in, this might not be a bad time to start DCing in if you never got any of this. All right, pretty decent price, maybe below it. We wicked off of this ascending line, and this also line that intersects here, 0.0055. All right, something interesting. All right, that's enough of that. Let's go to a couple of quick stories here. This one is the one that we should really look at. SEC likely to approve all spot Bitcoin's ETFs at once, says former BlackRock executive, this guy Martin Bendall, who was a managing director at BlackRock, so he should know what's going on there, right? Or what went on in there. CEO of Jacoby Asset Management, he's no bum. All right, he said the Exchange Commission will likely approve spot ETF, which would mean a lot of money. And he basically talking about the fact that BlackRock is very powerful. They have a big arm for people that are in their group that just basically focus on speaking to regulators, having an idea. And he basically said that if BlackRock applied for the ETF, is because they thought they had a very good chance of getting that ETF. And he says it's a lot closer than even he thought. He said, what did he say? Something about he thought 6 to 12 months, and now he thinks 3 to 6 months, which would mean if it's in 3, it would mean this year. Yeah, 2 weeks ago, I would have said the approval is 9 to 12 months away. I'm sorry, 9 to 12 months away. But sitting here today, I'd say it's closer to 3 to 6 months. So there it is. I was kind of right. So, but we got it right here. All right. So 3 to 6 months, guys. We could see that. And I thought maybe July, but 6 months, the first half of the next year, That'd be really cool. That would be really cool. That would really help the price of Bitcoin for sure, and obviously the rest of the crypto markets, because all boats rise when Bitcoin keeps going up, right? So should tell you something. This is good information. This is something that we should definitely have in our minds when we're making decisions, guys. All right. And also there's talk of the Ethereum spot ETF, but once Bitcoin gets approved, and it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I think it definitely will happen. And here's another one, another interesting, right here. Good news. Supply keeps falling to lowest since 2018 as whales keep buying. So that's also very, very good news. Although I shared yesterday that an inflow of Bitcoin, a large inflow of Bitcoin when it got on Kraken exchange. We don't know exactly what that means, but it could signal selling. But we can't be sure. That's pure speculation. And here is a graph of the reserves on exchanges. As you can see, it's just kept dropping and dropping and dropping, and eventually that's going to be good. That should actually cause upward price pressure. So we're always going to get some contrasting information because that's all bullish stuff, right? And then you have this guy, Mike McGlone from Bloomberg, saying it could drop to $10,000 amid economic uncertainties. And yes, the rest of the markets do look pretty uncertain, do look pretty crappy, but I don't see it. I really don't, guys. I'm sorry. What did I buy today? I bought Relio. I bought more Relio because that's pretty much the only bag that I had left to fill. And plus I saw this, I'm like, this is a good opportunity right here. Is it possible you think we could get back down to 10 cents? I'll probably, if it gets to like 11 or 12, I'm just gonna buy and hold. I'm really close to I'm only a few $100s away from closing out my bag. So three or four more buys, and then I'm good. And then I'll wait. Even if it drops to 10, maybe I'll reassess because I have half of the capital that I had allocated for crypto still there. But I think I'm gonna hold on there. Maybe make nibbles here and there, but I'm gonna hold on there to the end of the year, regardless if it goes up or if it goes down, and try to see what I have at the beginning of next year. Just to wait and see, because these next 3 to 6 months could also be very good times to buy, and probably the last good times to buy. All right. We looked at that. All right. So now let me give you the security insurance plays. All right. These are bags that I have smaller, relatively smaller, but just because I believe more in other narratives. But security and insurance, they're gonna be a thing. Maybe there'll be a sub narrative or something like that. But it's good to have some exposure, a little exposure for me. So here's one called Hapi, $7.80. Looks really interesting. Okay, cool. I have a lot of time. All right. Could it be that this is actually a area of support? It looks it. I haven't done a recent graph, but a recent analysis on TA. But just looking at it right now, you can see that right here where we're at 780, it looks like it's a pretty good area. Now, if we drop there, then we're at the bottom half of this, right? This channel between 1102. 1105 and $5.83. So this is an interesting area. Obviously, if the market does drop, then I could see us going. Or this would be a good time to buy. I have a small bag, and maybe I put in a bit more in this. But for now, I'm just gonna stay put. And they focus on basically security and some other stuff. This is, like I said, a security play. Hapi. I've seen some people talking about it. It doesn't have much hype. But it does look like a pretty decent project, and that's why I did put a little bit of money in. You can see we're clearly in this channel. All right, next, Uno Re. This one right here. All right, they do insurance, reinsurance. Okay, and they're pretty interesting. I like the community. I've spent time in there talking to them, and we're just under here, right? We're basically right here, which is the all-time lows, and we're just slightly above that. So I mean, this is a pretty good time to buy. I have a small bag. I bought higher, obviously, and I haven't bought anything since. So I mean, this could be good if I wanted to put a little bit more money into it, but I haven't decided that. I'm really just holding out. Although I think it's a pretty good project, and I do hear people talking about it when they talk about insurance, and they are pretty active, and I think they're making money from insurance, guys. So I mean, that should tell you something. It's interesting. Let's that they're making money with their insurance thing. So yeah, this is a really good time, actually. Maybe I will look at it and just put a little bit of money in, just to kind of lower my average. And then the final one. Out of these three, I have the most money in this one. The one I have the least amount of money is in Hapi, and then I have almost as much in Uno Re as I do in this last one called Check.CTT right here. And it's been pretty strong. This is my average buy amount, I guess, 26 cents. So it's at 35. So I am in winnings. I am up. This looks like a nice pattern, nice bullish pattern, right? Almost looks like a fractal of this right there. That's cool. I haven't put any more money in it. I have the amount that I'm happy with, and I'm just gonna let it ride. But not a bad price. We'll see if it gets past this whole area. I mean, then there's basically price discovery, guys. So maybe a pullback, hopefully, or you can take a chance and just buy here and then see what happens. Maybe it is going to go up, but it looks pretty strong. Again, this is one that I have seen talked about, Check Dot, and it's a good project. Should definitely be on your radar. Of the three, this is probably the most hyped one, but that doesn't mean it'll be the best one. I have a Uno Re is also, I think, is going to be really good, and to a lesser degree in comparison to the two Hapi. But I mean, all three good projects, and definitely all three you should at least take a look and see what happens. All right, so we're gonna leave it at that, guys. Okay, a quick one today, relatively quick for me, and hopefully you got some good information there. Thank you for watching the video all the way to the end. If you can, please like and subscribe and click the notification bell, because I do these videos Monday through Friday, and I have very small numbers. I'd like to grow them, so you know, come back, will you? Come back next time, you hear? With that, see you guys later. Peace. Thank you.